All right, everybody. So today we're going to be talking about some relatively hot button issues
I am Groot.
Uh-huh.
I'm Groot.
and kind of just something that I think I have a little bit of experience with. So I want to impart some knowledge and maybe make some people feel like they're not alone in there.
Anybody! Help!
This doesn't really have anything to directly do with, any kind of military benefit. So this is like a little more off brand, but it's still, something that we're all kind of dealing with. And I kind of want to just impart some knowledge that I may have gotten from a source that you can't use, maybe. So I want to talk today about kind of just everybody's medical health and medical well-being of veterans. There's a lot of things that really, really adversely affect veterans, like TBIs. Um, well, TBIs are huge, but TBIs, bodily harm, PTSD, stress, anxiety, depression. Like there's a lot of issues going on within the veteran community, and they all kind of stem from a similar area. And the cure is
Friday, I'm in love.
relatively simple, right? So if you're out there and you're drinking, 8 sugar-free Reigns and downing a can of Copenhagen every day just to like stay awake on post or stay awake at whatever job you do in the military, really, it's systemic. It's like they push these products on us at the necks. They tell you, yeah, just fuck it, like stay awake no matter what. And there's some truth to that, right? Like if you're overseas, you're standing watch, like if you have to have something to keep you awake, you're that exhausted, you're that tired, fucking send it, bro. Like you got to do it. However, they're habit forming things, right? Like the sweeteners that they use in those drinks, real sugars, caffeine, nicotine. It's all generally going to be addictive,
I don't need it. I need it.
right? And in large doses, in average, in regulated quantities, or just taking it every day, it's going to end up being bad for you in the long run. Okay, you're telling your body that it doesn't need to produce certain hormones and chemicals to keep you awake, unless you have this, right? So you're replacing normal bodily function with other shit, and it's hard to figure out. So I have my own personal experience with this, right? So if you're taking explosions really often, it will speed up the process of like the anxiety, depression, and all that kind of stuff. I was a breacher instructor, so I was taking lots of very close, danger close explosions in a very frequent format. And it really goes to town on your hypothalamus, your testes, and there's another part of your hyperthyroid, or there's something else in your neck, right? So there are all these exposed areas that help your body regulate and produce hormones. So point being is that I didn't even really drink caffeine drinks. I don't dip, I don't smoke. So I was, an outlier in that. I was super healthy, always really have been. And these things still happen to me, right? So all these explosions, the stress, the anxiety, all that kind of shit starts to, fucking tumble out of control. So at one point, the canary in the coal mine, what, a health specialist would tell you is, for a man, it's, your Johnson, your thing, your guy.
Pecker!
Oh, where?
Wait, that's not a woodpecker. It looks like someone's.
Privates! We have
And when it's not working the way you expect it to, especially if you're a 27-year-old guy who's never had an issue before.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
That is like, hey, that's why it's the canary in the coal mine, right? It lets you know, oh shit, something weird is happening to me, right? So
I've lost my mojo!
all the instructors I'm with, we're all having these different issues, anxiety, depression. The libido issues are very on par for the course, right? So we're like, let's get our blood work done, and then have a meeting with these NSW health professionals, which was an asset that we had access to that most don't. So I would love to give that information to you. So we get all our blood work done, and I'm talking 20 different tests for all these different things, and we all get our sheets, and lo and behold, everybody's lower T than they're used to, or low T compared to anybody else. And what the military considers low T is like 400, I don't know what it's called, milligrams, or I'm not sure how it's measured exactly, but it's 400 points of whatever kind lower than the civilian world, right? Where you get prescribed testosterone to kind of stabilize your hormones. So in the military, we're all just looking at our reference sheets, and we're all just chomping at the bit to ask these questions like, well, why is this high? Why is that low? And luckily, the medical professionals that we had come out and put a PowerPoint on for us were really cool, and they went through everybody's sheet, and they highlighted things that were low or high or things that didn't matter, and they gave some explanations. We all sat down and we talked to them all at the same time, right? And their point basically was, with the entire demo, was that you can change this these deficits, by normal behaviors. And so that's kind of what I want to pass on to you all. And listen, if this video goes fucking nowhere and nobody receives this information, maybe one person, I'll know I've done my job. Like, if one person is interested in elevating their health and kind of figuring out why they feel so lethargic or depressed or anxious, I'll be happy. I helped a buddy back home. We worked for years to figure out why he was having social anxiety and, a bunch of other mental side effects. And it was because he was a mortarman. He's taking tons of blasts to his head. He developed a fucking tumor in his brain.
I'm a tumor, I'm a tumor, I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor, I'm a tumor, I'm a tumor. Oh, I'm a tumor.
Brain that isn't service connectable. All this different shit that happens to veterans that doesn't really happen to other people. And so what do we do? Well, we did the things these people told me. So we're going to get into that right now. So I kind of want to just break this down into very easy to understand steps, and even like label it so you can jump through the fucking video and find, okay, here's where he's talking about like recommended health benefits. And listen, I'm not a fucking health guru. I've just gone through something and had a physical, tangible result. Okay. So people are always talking like, oh, well, the results will come, this, that, and the other. And it's like, okay, well, maybe they didn't, maybe they did. Everyone's got a mixed view. For me, I did exactly what they told me to do, and I had a physical, tangible, no shit result. I'll talk about that in a second. So, step number one, basically what they told us, they're like, we're going to go through everything, and they started with cortisol. So your body's cortisol, which helps your body basically do that, that internal clock, that feeling of getting up, right? What energizes you in the morning. So. How do you adjust your internal clock? Well, no shit. You wake up, you get up when you get up. Okay. So sometimes there's a struggle and you're like 15 more minutes of sleep. I actually need it. You don't. Get the fuck up. When you wake up, your body's telling you to get up. Even if you're tired, maybe there's too much CO2 in your room and it's making you feel like you need to fall back asleep, right? It'll make you sleepy. A product of being indoors as well. Just get up. Get up and then go get the sun on your skin for about 15 minutes. And that can even be in the car. So you could be driving the car to work, just roll up your fucking sleeves or roll down your turtleneck from your face or take the balaclava off or take the fucking mask off.
Put your mask on.
And get some sun on your skin for about 15 minutes. And that will help your body kind of naturally create this circadian rhythm where you're producing cortisol at the right times, which will make you tired when the sun goes down. So, midwinter, balls winter, 4 p.m., maybe you're starting to get tired, which is fine. Just like start making a plan to sleep. The next thing, which I'm not going to tell anyone not to have their coffee. It seems like if you tell people not to have coffee or like their bang energies, you're the devil. And whatever you're saying can't be fucking true because that feels so good.
Today I'm going to show you how to make a pumpkin spice latte.
Or I just don't give a shit and this guy's an asshole. It's like, okay, yeah, fair enough. You're addicted to your thing and that's totally fine. Like I've gone through addictions with caffeine. I try to go through a cleanse and then I go right back into it because I fucking love pre-workout. But here's the deal. Before you go to your coffee, before you go to your tea, before you go to your bang energy, go straight to a glass of water, like a full glass. And if you can make it a glass and a half, even better. So get some water in your system first and let it start processing things organically and naturally before you start adding in chemicals that it didn't know that you were just going to fuck it over with. Have some water. Have water, maybe a little bit of a banana, especially if you're going to go work out early in the morning. Get your body kind of squared away for the day. You will notice a marketed change in your biological need for the coffee, right? And if you can put the coffee or whatever off for like 45 minutes from when you wake up and then go for it, you're kind of just setting the precedent for your body to start producing chemicals naturally instead of just being like, well, you're going to do it for me, so I guess I'll stop, which is bad. It has a trickle down effect.
Chance to get in there yet, okay? So just...
What do you mean? What's taking you so long?
Wait. What, you have a system where you come in after Mac?
That's right.
Get some sun on your skin, drink some water, number 2, before your coffee. And then number 3, if you're going to work out, have a banana. Even if you're not, like, I don't like breakfast, but have something small in the morning. Banana's great because it's got the potassium. It's got some other things you need. So I always go with that. It's a little sweet. It's easier to get down in the morning. Like, if you don't like breakfast like I don't, then you really don't want to eat breakfast. So banana is a great thing for me. And if you're going to work out, definitely eat before, definitely eat after. It only has to be a banana. It doesn't have to be this crazy shit that all the influencers talk about.
You ever notice how some people can eat pretty much anything they want without worrying about gaining weight?
So the next thing is super obvious. Continue exercising. It may feel like you have no energy for it. And then it gets late at night and you have this caffeine, you haven't exercised, your body's just fucking itching to move because you sit at a desk all day, whatever. If you can't sleep at night, you should try exercising regularly, okay? And if you're in the military, work out. You look the part, okay? Like, it's super fucking important that you go home and you look the part. You're a military person. So be a good soldier, be a good whatever, and go exercise every day. PT every day.
Why are you doing this?
I just felt like running.
Sure, take your breaks. You don't have to go fucking insane. Just go jog for 20 minutes. That
And so you just ran.
Yeah.
actually far better for you than running sprints for 10 minutes like everybody does on the treadmills at the gym. Go jog for 20 minutes, listen to a book, decompress. It's healthy for you. I'm not going to tell you how to do your exercise habits. Just remember that you need to exercise. Super simple. The next one, kind of goes against the grain for some people where it's just not intuitive. Those things, those should be like pretty simple, like sun, water, eat a little bit before you work out. Those are super simple for us. But the next one is a little different. So consume a probiotic. What does that mean? So yogurt is a probiotic, kimchi, sauerkraut, basically anything that has this like natural sour taste to it. You can look it up online, but so long as you have a probiotic, and really just a small amount once daily, helps your gut health. And why is that important? Because if your gut is unhealthy and it's full of Mountain Dew and Bang energy, gutting nicotine, gutting dip, and fucking, whatever else you want to throw in there, it's not going to be healthy enough to receive good food either.
Oh, that's right. I ate all the pizza. I drank all the beer.
Eating sugary shit all day, not drinking water, right? So your gut may not be healthy, but if you eat a little bit of that probiotic every day. So what I do is I like sauerkraut, so this one's easy for me, but I throw sauerkraut in my fridge, and I'll just take a little forkful every time I am about to eat lunch. I just take like a fork.
Let's do the fork in the garbage disposal. Ding 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 ding.
Eat that. It doesn't have to be part of your meal. So Super simple, but try to institute it into your diet. The more you think about it, the easier you'll get to remember. And, if you really like yogurt, go that route. Put a big thing of yogurt in there, take a scoop. You don't need a whole thing of yogurt. You don't need a meal with sauerkraut. Just put it into your diet, make it a regular thing. So the next one, if you're a vegetarian, I guess you can skip to the next part here because it doesn't apply to you and your diet is weird to me. Humans were raised omnivorous, like we can eat both things, and it's basically out of necessity. If you can't eat meat for a winter, you're going to be eating vegetables that you can cure over time, or any kind of meat that you can and cure over time. And we've been doing that for millennia.
A long, long time ago.
Okay, so to change it now because of a decision is hard. But the Hindi people have existed for a long time and they're vegetarian. You just have to be strict, regimented, and understand that when you eat meat, it is healthy for your body. I mean, it can be a choice, and that's totally fine. You can live your entire life with a choice, but just know that eating meat will make your body healthier. I don't know why it has to be such a big debate. If it's a personal choice, just choose it that way. So our next point is eat organ meat. So organ meat is exactly what it sounds like: stomach, tongue, liver. There are key nutrients in organ meat. Heart is one my absolute favorites.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
It's my favorite meat. So some of them don't even taste bad, and you grow to like them like immediately. And recipes are really important here. And I'll post a little link to our website, silentbutdeadly.org, and you can go and check out some of the recipes that I like with organ meat. Just because I'm not a chef, but I can help you out with some of that. So liver is far and away tested and studied, and thousands of peer-reviewed articles on it. Liver is far and away the most nutrient-rich food that we have access to.
I've always said no. I don't touch this stuff. Not gonna touch this stuff. Never touch this stuff. That was a lie.
So what I mean by that is there are nutrients that you need, like vitamin D or vitamin C, and their bioavailability is also something to pay attention to. So you can take a vitamin C pill and you could be getting nothing for you, right? Because it's not a bioavailable form of vitamin C. I know that's kind of goofy, and I'm not going to go into the science of it. So if you want to explore it or you want to choose it, I'm lying. That's fine. Either way.
Look it up. I don't have to look it up. It's common knowledge. He was on the cover of People magazine when the movie everyone knows Kevin Bacon was a star of Footloose.
But liver has the largest resume of bioavailable nutrients that a human can consume. So when you're eating something like sauerkraut and you're having liver every day, you're kind of reigniting your engines. Okay, like you're fixing some things that were wrong on the inside, and you're getting the gears turning again, right? You're producing natural nutrients. You're digesting things that you actually needed. So there's like this huge lapse and tons of debates and talk about why we need, certain organ meats in our diets and blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to tell you that I know for a fact doing these things will take you from, having a
do not come
as a man to being fine in about 3 weeks.
I'm gonna come.
And I'm talking like, you don't notice until you're in a bad way. So liver is a huge component to that. Check out the recipes. And then to go along with liver, we really struggle to get enough fiber in our diets in this day and age. Beans are a great source for that. Try to just put more beans in your diet. Not a huge deal. I don't think that's the make or break for everyone, but liver is big. So then the final piece of this is a multivitamin. I was super resistant to getting a multivitamin for a long time because I was like, dude, I'll just eat food and I'll get good, I'll eat good food and I'll get the vitamins I need. But at the end of the day, being stubborn and denying the fact that we just aren't eating how we naturally used to, you're not eating like honey and flowers and livers and things like that, you weren't just not exposed to, you're not drinking stream water that has like a ton of different nutrients in it. It's oxygenated. There are a ton of different things that aren't happening that we used to do regularly. And that's kind of what necessitates the multivitamin. It helps you stay on course too. I actually noticed that after I did the whole liver thing and I felt absolutely amazing, I could get away with going on a vacation and drinking my face off for like a wedding or something and just taking the pills.
If you don't want me to take so many pills.
And the pills would carry me over. Now, if I didn't take the pills, and I tested both, I mean, I swear to God I did, but if I took the pills, I was good. If I didn't, I was bad. Really the bottom line there. And so there are tons of multivitamins on the market, right? And just like I said earlier, the bioavailability and the kind of vitamin you're ingesting are really important. So I'll recommend this brand, Thorne. If you played a college sport or a professional sport, or you were in, the special operations community, special forces community, you probably already heard of it because it is so widely recommended by sports athletics professionals. If you haven't heard of it, check them out. Links right there. There are two different kinds of multivitamins they provide. So there's a 2 pills once per day, and there's a 3 pills twice per day. Both of them definitely eat before you take them. The 3 pills twice per day, 6 pills a day is a lot of pills, but that's per high performance athletes. I actually prefer the way I feel when I take that one, but it is rough on my stomach if I haven't eaten. So right now I'm taking the 2 pills once per day, and I really like them. I'll provide a 2 pills once per day link here and a 3 pills twice per day link here. So, and they'll be in the comments as well, or excuse me, the description. So, and another thing about that company is that if you're a veteran, you get a discount. So these pills work, so they're more expensive because they had to do extensive testing to make them, and then they have to actually get, the expensive raw materials to create the pill. So if you want to find the discount, go to GovX. I'll post a link for it here, and just go through GovX, type in Thorne, click on the discount, and follow the instructions there. So finally, go to bed when you're tired. It's a hard thing to do because it's like, oh, dude, I just worked all day. I want to have like my time. And then sometimes you get tired and you're like, fuck, like, do I really have to fall asleep and then work again? Which is another underlying issue of doing what you love. But whatever, like you could be overworked or stressed or not want to wake up tomorrow. So dude, I've been there in all the examples. Just go to bed when you're supposed to and try to breathe through your nose and out through your mouth. If you don't believe me, look up the information. I'll actually post a link to why that's important right here. It's healthier for your body. And it's a stupid thing. So there's like, I don't want to make a huge point out of it, but just understand that breathing into your nose while you're sleeping can be not only good for you, like your physiognomy, like the way your face is shaped, but also it's a good way to meditate. If you're not good at it, you have to pay attention to your breathing. You have to keep your nostrils open. And that is a meditative practice, right? Forcing yourself to calm down and do that, bring your heart rate down and do that. It's a difficult thing. That's why if anyone drinks a lot, you notice that they snore at night because you're sucking a ton of wind through your mouth hole, which is not a good thing to do, FYI. So, couple these good habits, and a lot of people are going to say, like, if you have these issues, go and take testosterone, take an accurate protocol or a healthy protocol, and you'll be fine. You can be, and it'll definitely help. I've known a lot of people that say it helps, so I'm not here to say that taking testosterone is not going to help, or I don't know what females do to solve a hormone issue. But if you do these things in tandem with your hormonal protocol, it will be better. It will feel easier. It will be a lot better than just going for the straight drug. Fix the habits, and yeah, couple it with testosterone, get jacked. I don't give a shit, like I want to do it. I just can't afford it. So fix your habits, try this shit out if you're experiencing anxiety, depression, and any of that kind of stuff. I personally fixed my issues. I went from having libido issues to feeling like a 13-year-old boy, and he's working even when I'm not paying attention. Okay. So like there are incredible things you can do with just your diet alone, continue exercising. And if you have any, like if you've tried this shit and you think it hasn't worked, send me a message, go on silentbutdeadly.org and send a comment, or send me a message directly on some other media channel. You know, we have Facebook, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. So try it out. Let me know if it helps, and let me know if it doesn't, honestly, because it worked really well for me. I know a lot of people that it did work well for in my training cell as well. But at the end of the day, if it doesn't work for everyone, I'd like to know. That's all we got on your health, though. See you guys later.